I'm Hozier, Irish singer-songwriter from Wicklow, and yeah, I've just released a debut album, which is self-titled. It's Hozier. Take Me to Church. I suppose I wrote around about a year and a half ago. I suppose it was December of 2013, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think. But it was a song that the lyrics had been developing for a long, long time, and it wasn't until I felt that there was a home for those lyrics. But once I kind of had the chorus, I guess everything kind of came together. So it references a lot of things. It's a song, I suppose, that's about love, and it's about sexuality, and the kind of core of it. The song is about sex, and it's about re-electing something that is re-electing someone in the place of something that was previously theological or theoretical, and re-electing that as something that is tangible, something that is worth worshipping, and something that you can, something that whose love you can actually feel, and something that in that respect is worth loving. And I suppose it's about celebrating yourself as a human being through the act of love, and through the act of loving somebody, which is one of the more natural things, one of the most natural things, one of the most joyful things a person can do, a human being can do. If being born, making love and dying are maybe the three most human things you do. And I suppose that the song deals with then organizations that would undermine that very natural part about being a person. So when you have an organization that teaches people to be ashamed of their sexual orientation, that teaches people to be ashamed of sexuality, that pontificates over things like contraception, that institutionalizes gender inequality or homophobia, or indeed even just says that a newborn baby child is something that needs to be forgiven for being born, is born through sin. I think these are things that at the very, very core of these ideas that undermines what it is to be a human being, and it undermines what it is to be a person and to live here in this natural world. And that's not an easy thing. Being a human being is not always easy. It's hard enough when before people are teaching people to be ashamed of themselves. So I suppose that's what the kind of song is about, and it's about asserting yourself as a human being first, as a natural person, through the act of loving somebody, and that as a celebration of being a person. I suppose that's what Take Me to Church means, I suppose. It's a new form of worship, so to speak, but in a kind of a tongue-in-cheek sort of way. So deathless death being both replacing the promise of everlasting life, which is quite an absurd promise, to promise somebody that, with a deathless death of a different kind, as in a little death, or what the French called petit mort, which is, and the orgasm, which is a small death, I guess. And then, how it was recorded again in the attic. It was piano. It was you can really tell. Sometimes it's some songs are written on piano, some on guitar, just from a place where you hit walls when you're too comfortable with an instrument. You go to the same places, so it's nice to explore a new instrument, and you find new things, you find new chords, you find new things you wouldn't have done. So very same again, kind of guide vocals. In fact, we tried to re-record, like many songs in the album, we tried to re-record the vocals again on that, and just felt that whatever had happened, or whatever worked. A lot of those vocals were 4 a.m. in an attic in Wicklow, and we felt that it feels right, so keep it. And then when I was with Rob, it was just a case of, he was such beautiful equipment as well, and such a great ear for things. So putting live piano, live drums down, and I think it was just a natural progression, I guess. So when I think about the space of a year, so much has changed. So I don't get it at home a lot. I don't get to be in Ireland all that much. So it's hard to experience. You get snippets of it, and I think you get little snapshots of it here and there. So much so when playing shows and stuff, seeing reactions is shocking, and that's kind of, or like doing SNL last night was like a dream come true. So it's only, and at the time you're so wired and so kind of freaked out that it's the following day or the following week sometimes that you go, Jesus, did that happen, you know? But yeah, it's been super. I'm kind of, it's been busy, and I know it will be touring for a bit, but I'm kind of looking forward to writing as much as possible. I'm hoping to get, even if I could get like an EP out again, you know, at some stage. I know the album is only released last week, but like even just to get some kind of little offerings, like little folk, kind of bluesy stuff, then empty my pockets of a few ideas, and because ultimately, like you never think about how busy the schedule's going to be when you're in an attic or whatever working, but my job is to write songs, and I kind of want to do that too, you know, so I'm looking forward to getting that done. Hey, this is Hozier, and you're watching GRAMMY Pro.